Well, we're taking a quick look at radar here on this Monday, July 14th, here at 6:43 p.m. Just to give you a little preview, there are some storms out there, which I'm going to take a look at here in just a moment, and also we're going to take a look at the forecast, which you can see running down at the bottom of the screen. But how long, how long are these storms going to continue? We'll take a look coming up. 270 weather, of course, sponsored by R&R Controls. Never be without. Not just generators, as you see there, but also HVAC services for your home, for your business. And when I say controls, it's not just about the Generac generator or your HVAC, but they also do some automation for business. Yeah, like you can get set up, they can set you up with a login so that you can go in and see how your HVAC is operating. They can take care of your heating, cooling, whatever you may need, and your plant size, it doesn't matter. They do this all the time, and they know how to take care of your business. I mean, they've been around since 1985, so you've got over 40 years of experience when it comes to this, to making sure your business is running as it should. And in the heat of the summer like this, when it's hot, humid, nasty, they'll make sure that you're running cool and smooth. And then in the wintertime, when you need the heat, they can bring the heat and they can monitor 24 hours a day. And in some cases, even on your phone, you can go in there, see everything that you need to see. And then if you get a Generac generator put in with the HVAC, then you know that things are going to back up and keep running, even if you lose power. I mean, what more could you ask for? And that's the key to R&R Controls. 270-777-2024. That's R&R Controls. 270-777-2024. Never be without. Well, here we are with 270 weather. Same thing, different day, right? Monday, July 14th. I'm Chris Allen. Weather for the 270 area code and beyond. Well, we've got more of the same. If you're looking for change, I started to say if you're looking for change, look in between the seat cushions of the couch or the car. That's about the only change you're going to find. That kind of change. But if you're looking for change in the weather, it ain't happening. And it probably is not going to happen for a while because this pattern that we are just locked into remains the same. It really does not appear that we're going to see much of a change at all. So we've had a few storms that popped up today, some this morning, some this afternoon, and this evening. As we take a look outside, this is live here at 6:47 p.m. On this Monday, July 14th, this is the Plano Cam, and seeing much of the same picture that we've seen the last few days toward sunset, and that is a little bit of blue sky, and then a few clouds, and some distant showers and thunderstorms. Not much going on at Bowling Green right now. There's some stuff to the south I'll show you on the radar, but it's just kind of chill at the moment. Not even a breeze. The air is just so stagnant. It's just, it's like I'm longing, wishing, praying, hoping that fall is going to be here soon. Because I've had enough of this. I've had enough of this pattern that it just day after day after day, it just unrelenting. It just does not want to change. And I'm looking at all the models and the graphs and the numbers. I go from this model to that model, and I look, and it's like none of them, none of them show any kind of change at all in the forecast. It is going to be like this every single day for the next week, or maybe even longer. I wish I had better news, but I don't. So if you're tired of this, you're going to grow even more tired and frustrated that we just cannot catch a break. Today's high, 90. That's right on the normal. 71 was the low. And this morning, there was one drop of rain at the airport. Well, 1/100th of an inch of rain, but you might as well say a drop. It was a little more than a trace, but not much more than that. It's just, yeah. All right, let's go back to the radar. I gave you a teaser a while ago. Let's do the whole radar tour now. Now, here's Bowling Green, as you can see. Nothing much happening. But there is this little faint gust front right here. You can see it. And that is where we're seeing some growing shower and thunderstorm activity. I mean, it is just south of Scottsville as you go down 31E to the Tennessee border. And there's some over I-65 and 31W as well. But this whole line here from Fountain Run to just north of Westmoreland, Tennessee, Bethpage, and those areas, that is a solid line that has formed from a gust front. And you can see new development. Watch it right here. Boom. Yeah. So as just like we've seen in previous days, once a storm collapses, it throws out a cold rush of air, cool rush of air, which then gets caught up and it goes back up and forms another cluster of thunderstorms. And that's what's happening. So these are pulsing up, then they pulse down, they dissipate, and then new ones pulse up around it. But that's all going to come pretty much to an end as we get past sunset here in the next couple of hours. Where else do we see some stuff going on? Well, back to the west, around Paducah. Look at those little gust fronts right there. Ooh. Now, we're getting close to sunset, as I mentioned, so we may not see that much in the way of new activity, but that gust front right there is trying to form new lines of showers and thunderstorms. And we've got these down here around Murray, Kentucky, throwing in some lightning and heavy rain on the Kentucky-Tennessee border. Some of these that are down that I showed you down south around Scottsville, Tompkinsville, Gamaliel, that area, they're trying to build north, but I don't know how much further north they're going to build. And again, I say that because we're getting close to sunset and these things just may not hold together. None of these are severe. There is one flood warning, flash flood warning, down around the Nashville area, and that's for east central Davidson and west central Wilson counties. And that's in the Old Hickory Boulevard area, Lakewood, Hermitage. Those of you that know where that is, they've picked up over an inch and a half of rain there. The public's reporting some small creeks and streams have come out of their banks. Some are experiencing some flooding rains on the roads. Places like Hendersonville, Mount Juliet, Lakewood, Hermitage, Old Hickory, and Green Hill. So that is where that particular issue is going on. But that's the only one. I don't see anything else, anything nearby that would be classified as severe. All right. All right, let's move on to the mesonet and we'll see what's going on there. And you can see that we've got 80s everywhere. Hot, muggy, well, not hot, but muggy 80s. And down here where you saw the rain occurring, Tompkinsville, outside of Scottsville, over to Burkesville, over to Albany in Clinton County, you're in the 70s. That's that rain cooled air that is occurring. Everywhere else, well into the 80s today. High temperatures made it into the upper 80s. I don't see anybody that hit 90. Oh, I do. Hartford, Ohio County hit 90 for a high temperature today. So where has it rained? And where is it raining now? Some of these numbers are from this morning. If you'll recall, there were a few light rain showers that passed through very early this morning. So from that, we picked up about 1/10 of an inch or less. But down here where it's raining at the moment, over a 1/2 inch of rain in Tompkinsville, Monroe County. And over in Russell County, 6/10 of an inch of rain. You've got lighter amounts around us. The highest rainfall today has been, or at least in the 270, has been Crittenden County, Marion, Kentucky, picked up almost 9/10 of an inch of rain today. Winds currently are mostly out of the south or southwest, very light. Okay, let's move on then to the Storm Prediction Center outlook. This is where the outlook was today, that level 1 marginal. Not really much of anything came from that. Tomorrow, everybody, this entire map is that green thunderstorm, general thunderstorm, garden variety stuff. Nothing really severe expected. And then after that, more of the same on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. There are rain chances. Something may get painted in here, but for now, it's pretty quiet. How about the weather charts? Let's go to the maps here. Surface map showing a stalled low pressure system and boundary just to the north of us. This is going to keep us in the soupy air, the steam bath, the sauna. Sauna. I'll say sauna, like the commercial came out years ago. It's like a sauna up in here. It's going to be that way. I'm telling you, it's not changing. This is tonight. Overnight, some fog like we saw this morning. Some of that fog was pretty thick. around Bowling Green this morning. You're likely to see that again tomorrow morning. Here's 7 a.m. Tuesday, a few showers with the fog. 1 o'clock Tuesday, tomorrow afternoon, with the boundary kind of just laying across the area. More showers and storms. Same for tomorrow night into Wednesday morning. Wednesday afternoon and evening, maybe more east and north of us, but the boundary's still back here. Here's Thursday, more coverage of rain and thunderstorms, becoming a little more likely as we get into Friday and Saturday. Here's Friday morning with the low pressure system and the front. 7 a.m. Saturday morning, the front just to the north. I mean, it's almost like nature is toying with us. Like, I'm just gonna draw the same front in a somewhat different location, maybe bend it a little more in a few places. No one will be the wiser. No one will notice that it's changing and or moving a little bit. But it really doesn't change the forecast. That's the problem. Doesn't change the forecast at all. And there's Monday, went from Sunday to Monday. Now, I will show you, let me back up and come back to here. This is this afternoon and this evening. There is a low pressure system which is now got about a 30% chance or more now, I would say, a 30% chance of becoming something tropical. This low is off the eastern coast of Florida, but it's going to move into the Gulf in the next few days. You can watch it here. Here's tomorrow. See it? It's just right over Orlando tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, it scoots across central Florida. Then we start to see it taking shape in the peninsula, Florida peninsula. Here we go into Wednesday. Yeah, it becomes a little more organized. Wednesday into Thursday, there it is. Now it's closer to the southern parishes of Louisiana. It is forecast, if it continues to strengthen this weekend, it could become Dexter, either a tropical storm, well, most likely tropical disturbance to it. If it goes tropical storm, it would be named Dexter, like the TV show. I don't know if it's going to be like that TV show. Dexter is pretty gruesome. I don't know that this low pressure system is going to be that, but if it gets a name, it will be called Dexter. It's the next name on the list. All right, here's a look at the model blender. Low to almost mid 90s, no break. Look at all that. No break. Low 90s to almost mid 90s. Rest of this week, this weekend, and pretty much all next week. Nothing changes. I know. This is the kind of weather pattern, and especially this time of the year in July, in Kentucky, middle of summer. This is when those doldrums will start to kick in because it's just same thing every day. There's no variety of anything going on. It just continues to be what it is. Here's a look at the 7-day forecast, and you can see those low 90s and rain chances every day. Rain chances every day. I'll start singing. That'll be. Oh, what? Oh, I'm being told I shouldn't sing. All right, I won't. I won't. I will not put you guys through that. But uh, with not a whole lot going on, there's not much more that I could say. I could make up stuff, but you don't want me to do that either. Um, how long is this going to last? I don't know. I don't think anybody really knows. Now I've seen some information come out in the last couple of days that shows a steady rise in dew points above 70. Now, when the dew points get above 70, um, that is just the very thick air that we have been feeling. You feel it. It's the air that you wear. We've said that before. Um, there's some indication that if you track through the last however many years, that that has continued to rise. Does that mean global warming? Not necessarily. Some will say it proves it. I don't know. I'm about spent on all of the speculation of, you know, is it global warming? Is it climate change? All this stuff. And what I've always said is the climate is always changing. Um, we're going to go from more of an El Nino pattern into back into La Nina. At least some of the signals are indicating that as we get closer to fall. Whether that happens or not remains to be seen. Then you're throwing in a lot of AI, artificial intelligence, coming into modeling for weather. And I'm starting to wonder how much is it being factored in and we just don't know about it yet. Not that it's all that bad. It's just, I've said it here before, that it seems to me like things are really off. Just they're just off. Things are not in sync with how they've been for many years. Something is off, and of course, the immediate thing that people go to is, "See, it's global warming. I told you so." No, I just feel like it's an anomaly, and anomalies happen in weather and nature all the time. Things such as this, similar to this, have happened before. It may not have been in our lifetime, it happened before now, but it happens. Every once in a while, nature throws a little wrench in the works and things just get really wonky. I love that word, wonky. And that's what it is. It's just a little off balance. Like when you hit a pothole and you mess up the struts and the shocks on your vehicle. Same thing. Nature does that too. So I wouldn't read too much into it, but with all the social media that we have now, all the platforms everybody has now, you get everybody that wants to chime in their 5 cents and 10 cents and $10 or whatever. And they're like, ah, oh, I've honed in on this. This is what's happening. Well, you may be right, but you could also be wrong, as Billy Joel says. You may be right. For all I know, you may be right, but you could be wrong. So, take that for what you will. Anyway, you guys have a great rest of your Monday evening. I'll see you back tomorrow morning on News 40 Sunrise on WNKY at 6 a.m. In the meantime, God bless you and thank you for watching.